We have two great apartment living options in Brownsville for UTB and TSC students. The Borders Apartments at 375 Media Luna Road is conveniently located on Highway 7783 and a quarter mile south of Sunrise Mall. Our second option, Los Cedros Apartments, offers countless comforts and is located at 1025 Wild Rose Lane. For an exclusive discount on your first month's rent, call the Borders Apartments at 546-1605 or Los Cedros at 542-1941. Both offers expire November 30th.
Hello, and welcome to the Collegian News Webcast. I'm Victoria Brito.
And I'm Jonathan Baldwin. Here are this week's stories. UT Brownsville paid tribute to veterans with speeches, music, and a 21-gun salute. Reporter Alex Rodriguez was there.
The 14th annual Veterans Day ceremony was held November 11th on the main building lawn. It was less than 2 months into his first term when keynote speaker Texas Congressman Philemon Vela realized the challenges facing veterans. If it wasn't for the Veterans Upward Bound program and the coordinating efforts between his staff and other people in the community, many veterans wouldn't be helped, he said.
I see the bureaucratic challenges in Washington every day, and although we cannot promise a successful result every time we help a vet, I can guarantee you that we will do everything that we can to try. I'd also like to specifically thank the Upward Bound program for all the hard work we do for all of our veterans in our community.
He also remembered those who fought for our country by telling Rio Grande Valley veterans stories as well as tales of those who made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. Vela told the crowd about Andy Zermenio, a 2003 graduate of the Science Academy of South Texas, who was mortally wounded by improvised explosive device in Afghanistan while on patrol. Valley Baptist Hospitals recognized members of the Veterans Upward Bound program with gift cards for their hard work and dedication to the program. The Brownsville Police Department Honor Guard conducted a 21-gun salute to the fallen servicemen and women. A prisoner of war missing in action table was set up with objects all symbolizing the heart-wrenching reality of being captured.
Today we honor all who have served, continue to serve, and we respectfully remember those that have given the ultimate sacrifice.
For the Collegian News, this is Alex Rodriguez.
Students spoke out in favor and against gun control during a forum on November 7th. Monica Godinho fills us in.
It was a war of words over guns during the forum hosted by Dr. Leland Cox, Government Curse.
Students were divided into two groups, anti-gun control and pro-gun control, and answered 12 specific questions and some from the audience. One of the first questions was:
The Second Amendment reads as follows: a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Does this guarantee a state a right to a militia or National Guard unit or confer an individual right to own a weapon?
Yes, it does. The Bill of Rights created the Second Amendment as a means to protect these people from threat. Removing those rights from the people and the citizens would be infringing the Second Amendment.
Jorge Luis Gonzalez, in favor of gun control, presented a rebuttal.
The Second Amendment, I understand that it does give the rights for a citizen to own arms, but in my opinion, it needs to be regulated.
Among the students who attended the forum was Sangir Siddiqui, a biology sophomore who did not agree with some of the opinions expressed by the two groups.
But it did allow me to understand their points of view on it, which made me a bit more wise about the subject in total.
Well, the students, first of all, they've learned things like, how to organize and how to work together, and they've also learned how to, again, promote discussion of, difficult topics in an atmosphere of mutual respect.
For the Collegian News, I'm Monica Godinho.
Chile, France, China, Austria, and Costa Rica are among the countries where UTB students can study this summer. The Study Abroad Fair last Wednesday provided details on those programs. Magali Rosales has the story.
Study Abroad will offer 5 programs next summer: an education program in Chile, reading and writing about nature in Costa Rica, photojournalism in China, music in Austria, and French in France. Semester programs are available at universities in Australia, Austria, Brazil, China, Costa Rica, France, Ireland, South Korea, Mexico, Poland, Russia, Spain, Sweden, and Switzerland.
Why is it important for students to study abroad?
It's important for students to add to their curriculum, to their resume. It's not only a resume booster, but to them to get a sense of the world. Unfortunately, a lot of our students haven't had the chance to travel, haven't had a chance to see much beyond what the Valley offers, which is a lot, but you expand your views, you learn way more than aside from the classroom, also just from being in another place, oftentimes with even another language.
Eduardo Duran, a junior finance major, visited Costa Rica where he learned about environmental science and writing. He also went to France where he learned the culture and history of Western civilizations.
Will you recommend study abroad to other students?
Yeah, sure, for sure. Yeah, because I'm a business major, and both of the study abroad that I've been have nothing to do with business, but as a personal experience and overall culture, general knowledge, you can start good conversations about this, you know. So you learn a lot about general stuff. So yeah, I will recommend to other students. Yeah, sure.
Deadlines vary for summer programs. For the fall semester, the deadline is March 15. To study abroad, students must have a grade point average of 3.0 or higher, submit 3 letters of reference, and write an essay describing why they would like to study abroad. The Study Abroad Fair was part of the university's observance of International Education Week. For more information on the program, call the Office of Global Engagement at 882-7092.
For the Collegian News, I'm Magali Rosales.
The city of Brownsville and the city of Port Isabel have been in a dispute over land. But have they finally reached an agreement? City Hall reporter Kayla Contreras has the details.
The Brownsville City Commission has approved a proposal to release land to the city of Port Isabel to resolve disputes over extraterritorial jurisdictions. During the Commission's meeting on November 5th, City Attorney Mark Saucy said that the city of Brownsville annexed 5.50 square miles of land toward Port Isabel back in 2001.
On September 19, 2002, the city of Brownsville then lawfully annexed areas extending its ETJ further by Port Isabel. And then on June 24, 2003, the city of Port Isabel then again unlawfully, wrongfully extended their ETJ into the city of Brownsville.
Saucy asked the Commission to approve an interlocal agreement in which Brownsville would give up 2 areas of land to Port Isabel in exchange for Port Isabel not extending more of its ETJ into Brownsville. The first parcel is 628 acres located next to and south of the Brownsville city limits. The second parcel, 728 acres, is next to the easternmost outer boundary of Brownsville's ETJ and is the north boundary line of the Brownsville Navigation District. Calls for comment on the proposal made to Port Isabel Mayor Joe Vega and City Manager Edward Mesa were not returned as of press time Thursday. Commissioners tabled action on awarding a contract for demolition of 9 condemned and dilapidated structures. Purchasing and Contracting Services Manager Roberto C. Luna had recommended the lowest bidder, MR Construction and Demolition of Mission, at $85,110. Though Rick Cardenas, president of Cupco Construction, the second lowest bidder on the project at $86,000, disagreed.
Since Brownsville is listed as a labor surplus community by the Department of Labor, that you are almost required to give it to the local firm.
Commissioner at-large A. Estela Vasquez made a motion to table the item until there is clarification of the local preference rules. The motion was approved.
For the Collegian News, I'm Kayla Contreras.
Here's Brenda Lopez with this week's I Think.
In this week's I Think, we asked students what they're thankful for. Here's what they have to say.
I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for God, and I'm thankful for Jesus. I'm thankful for my clothes and where I live, my country, my house, my car. I'm thankful for everything. I try to be thankful for everything that I have. And I'm thankful for school. I think I said that already. I'm thankful for my sister, my family. my friends, my professors, and pretty much everything, for the grass, for air, for clouds, for flowers. Yeah, pretty much.
Personally, what I'm thankful for is that I was able to wake in the morning. I mean, otherwise, can't be thankful for anything else. Who I'm thankful to, I mean, I hope if it's not inappropriate, I'd say God for letting me live another day. Also thankful for all the job opportunities I've had, even though it may be hard to believe for some people. I've always had a job opportunity. As a college student, I'd say maybe that's the big thing that people see, you know, oh, has this guy gone to college? And if he has, you know, you're considered as a better option. So I'm thankful for that, job opportunities, waking up in the morning, for life itself.
I'm thankful for my family because they're my everything.
¿De qué estás agradecido?
De que Dios me da cada día un día de vida para vivir más. Es todo lo que me agradezco en la vida.
We all have things to be thankful for, but don't forget to be thankful for them every day. For the Collegian News, I'm Brenda Lopez.
The UT Brownsville men's cross-country team qualified for the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics meet in Kansas. Here's sports editor Sergio Mata with the results and the rest of this week's sports roundup.
The men's cross-country team will compete Saturday in the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics National Championship in Lawrence, Kansas, after placing first in the Red River Athletic Conference meet in its inaugural season.
Good, you know, we're excited to go to a national meet. They ran really well in at the conference meet, so you know we've had a good season and we're looking to finish strong there in Kansas.
The women's cross-country team placed second in the meet behind Our Lady of the Lake University. The Ocelots, however, will send 4 runners to the NAIA Championship. Sisters Vanessa, Selena, and Margarita Garcia and Celine Becerra all qualified to compete in Kansas. The volleyball team clinched its 5th consecutive RAC tournament championship November 9th with a victory over Wiley College, 3-0. Middle blocker Vanya Joksic was named MVP of the tournament. The men's and women's soccer team were defeated in the finals of the RRAC tournament. The men were bested by the University of St. Thomas Celts, 3-0. The women were eliminated 2-1 by the Our Lady of the Lake University Saints. The losses prevent an automatic spot in the NAIA National Championship. Both teams still have hope for clinching in the at-large selection. The full field was announced Sunday. Results were unavailable at the time of this report. This is Sergio Mata for the Collegian News.
Thank you for joining us this week. I'm Victoria Brito.
And I'm Jonathan Baldwin. Have a great week.